Start with reviewing books. See whether that can be you get yourself published by reviewing books. Then start with reviewing the knowledge system. Say for example, again I am coming from geographical background, so I give examples. What kind of studies have been done in urban geography? So you read hundreds of articles which have been published in various publication sources. Say somewhere, say for example, you look into the annals published by Indian Institute of Geographers or NAGI, National Association of Indian Geographers. You look at their annual publications, for example, last 10 years, and see what kind of work, what kind of articles is been published by those kind of journals, and write a review on them. So when you are doing that, it is helping you in two ways. Number one, it is making you to go through those articles which have been which is getting published, thereby opening you to the ideas of work which you can do to get if you want to start something new. Number one. Number two, it is also helping you to understand which kind of magazine accepts what kind of articles. Right? So reviewing articles or writing about the progress, or writing about geography, writing about any XYZ topic. Say for example, writing about romantic authors of India, romanticism in India. So you look at the authors who have published, what kind of publications they have been done. That kind of helps you in your research. And if it is not a what you call review article, if it is an applied research, publishing helps you to understand current issues. Then what are the things which you should ensure? To begin with, again, when you are say for example you want to get your write an article, how long does it take to write an article? Honestly, if you give yourself 7 to 10 days, you can come up with an article. But that 7 to 10 days you should provide exclusively. And again, this thing is something which I am talking from social science perspective. I am not talking from applied science perspective or science perspective, because those things work differently. In science, until unless your experiment comes up with the result, your publication is not going to get published. So no matter what you do, your experiment has to run. Once your experiment is has run and it has come up with the result. And most of the times, believe it or not, when I talk with my friends who are in science, biotech, zoology, botany, they have their experiment doesn't run because of lot of things. Say for example, if it is a state university, especially where you don't have facilities where you can let your experiment runs overnight, then you are the situation happens such that you are not able to work on those topics. If you are in say for example in IITs, or maybe if you are in a good institution like Aryabhatta, where facilities where you can stay, say for example in the guest house overnight and have your experiment runs overnight, then things are different. Trust me, things are different, because most of those in science, they would require an environment where they can put all their what you would say experimentation requirement, and then let it run overnight and come in between to check with their results. So basically, for any good scientific result, if you are looking for, you need an institution which allows you, number one, to come into the lab at any time 24/7, number two, you are yourself located very much close to the lab or the institution where you can come at any hour of the night and you would not feel yourself insecure. And remember, this is not going to be there in most of the public universities in India. So that kind of takes away our cutting edge scientific experiments from our public institution. So anyway, so to begin with, you make an outline, you make a structure of your paper. Look into the different sections a paper should have. Get it a clear and well organized idea. Most important, get to know your audience. Here audience means where you are going to get yourself published. If it is going to be a top edge journal, then remember, you cannot make any small grammatical mistakes also, right? If you make small grammatical mistakes, the editor will summarily reject your paper, saying that it is of poor quality. And finally, this and this is something as an academician, and I see this very much lacking in ourselves at times. When we are writing something, this logical flow between sections and sequence do not happen. We simply jump. So this is very important, that whatever the different sections are there should be a logical flow between sections and sequences. So broad structure of the paper, what it should be conscious, it should be clear, abstract. Then you have the introduction. Every paper should start with a scientific question issue. Communicate the importance of your work and what you are going to do with your paper. Here, something which I have learned from my teacher, and this is something you will see what happens in media, especially in TV media. There is always a debate, right? There is always a controversy, because trust me, nothing attracts people's attention more than controversies. Nothing attracts people's attention more than debate. So whenever you are writing a paper, the introduction section must have that what you call hook. Hook means you should have that bait. You have seen fishermen, right? They have this fishing rod. They have a bait on the end with a hook, so that fish will come to nibble the bait, and then they will get caught in the hook. As a writer, as an academician, if you want your article to be more popular, if you want people to be downloading your article, forget about the rest. The most important thing is your introduction section. Why people should read your paper, why people should get themselves involved with the issue with which you are working. There are millions of paper. Why should people be interested or look into it, look your paper? And that is where your introduction comes there. Your introduction must have a bait and a hook. Remember that. And nothing sells more than a good controversy. So when I am saying you, that does not mean you create or start creating false controversies. What I am trying to tell you is your introduction kind of gives you the capability where obviously you are going to tell them about what your paper is all about, but also make it interesting enough so that people can start reading once they have read the first paragraph or first few lines. And that first few lines are very important, how you give the introduction to your paper. Broad structure of the paper, obviously it can be theoretical or empirical. Look into what other people have done. Most important thing again is methodology. Your paper should be methodologically innovative, and you should be able to justify why you are using that method, what you are particularly applying in your paper, why it can't be done through any other method. That you should be very clear. And for that,